So hi there everybody, I'm back again doing YouTube. I've had so much work to do outside of YouTube, so YouTube hasn't been as active as I had hoped in the beginning of this year. But now I'm back and I'm gonna do a video about the time-lapse feature on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K camera. Here I'm standing on top of a house called Anna, P-huset Anna here in Malmö, Sweden, and you have a really nice vantage point of some parts of the city, and I'm right here doing a time-lapse of a bridge down here. And I really want to share how good I think the Blackmagic Pocket, and simple to say, is at doing time-lapse. I really enjoyed it. I really use it a lot because it's such fun and it's easy to use it for time-lapse. So before I get into how to do it, I'm going to just share what my city looks like here in the summer.
You told me I'm your anchor. I told you you're my pole. Through the wind and fire we try to hold on. We built this ship together, searching for a home. Despite the storm that hit us, we're still on board. Dancing in the moonlight, the world just stopped and stares. We got no destination, I'll take you anywhere. All the doors we've opened and all the books we've closed. Words just come together, story that we never told. So far you're saying for my own. You said just keep holding on. If you're about to break, I'll always be your captain. From our failures we have grown. You said just keep holding on. If you're about to break, I'll always be your captain.
So now we've seen a little bit of footage from the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K when using time-lapse. Now I know this is not the perfect time-lapse camera, but I really enjoy it because of the ease of use in the menu system and what that can do. And I know that for a lot of time-lapse professionals, you probably would want to have more than 4K on your time-lapses, but for me 4K is actually quite fine. I can punch in a little bit, do my zooms as you've seen, and I don't feel that the quality loss is too big there. But yeah, the ease of use is number one for me, and to be honest, it's just as easy as pressing the record, going to the third menu option here on your camera, pressing time-lapse, and you are good to go. Now you will have some options here. You can change how many or how often you want the camera to actually record a frame here, and I usually want it to be to record a frame every other second or something like that, but that of course will depend on how fast-paced your time-lapse is going to be. Another thing to think about is while you're recording, do you want your final video to be in 24p, 25p, 30p, or maybe 60p? So because I'm in Europe, I want it to be in 25 FPS. So I choose that in the project frame rate, and my final video will be in 25 FPS. Another cool thing that I really like, and this is the brilliance of Blackmagic, is that when you are doing your time-lapse, so if you start it, you can actually press the time code and you can see how many seconds of final or finished video footage you will have from this time-lapse. And that is so genius because you probably know how much of footage you will need from that sequence that you're doing. Most of the time I try to have it at around 10 seconds because I know that it's very seldom that I need more time-lapse than 10 seconds at the same time. Now this camera has actually changed how I do time-lapses in all, and that's because I find it so easy to do them, so I don't even think about oh, it's gonna take me too much time in post, it's gonna take me too much time while I'm doing it. It's so easy. You get the video file, you just press the time-lapse button and you're good to go. So because of that, I'm doing more time-lapses than I've ever done, because with a DSLR or other types of cameras, it's a little bit of more hustle, I feel, but Blackmagic have really nailed it. Now, depending on how long your time lapses are going to be, I would suggest to use some kind of an external battery solution. Here I am using battery plate from Tilta, which is really nice. And you can use Sony NP batteries. They're quite cheap and you can get really nice battery life from that solution. What I really like about this battery plate is that it's really easy to screw on and off your cage. So if you just want to use it for a while, you just take off the battery. Here you have like a small screw that you can screw by hand. You take off this plate and you can use just the single battery from your camera, and if you want to put it in, you just screw the screw on your cage and you're set to go again. So that is probably my favorite battery plate to use, at least for time lapses, because I really believe that if you're going to use this camera on a full day of shoot, I prefer to go with V-mount, and there are some different solutions there. One specifically coming from Tilta, which I will review on this channel in the next upcoming videos, I believe. So that was a really fast video about this camera, why I really love it for time-lapse. There are a lot of more videos coming up on the Blackmagic Pocket Cinema 4K cameras. I am also working on a review on the Meika Cine lenses that I've been using quite a lot, and I really enjoy using them. Now, I really would love to know if you use this camera for time-lapse, and if you do, write what you think about it in the comments. If you have any questions for me, please feel free to leave them in the comments, and until the next time, bye bye.